Okay, good morning, everybody. Or actually, it doesn't matter where you're watching from. Good morning, good afternoon. Yes, as you know, bus right now, headed to another for a little bit. So, my reaction to the vaccine, my jaw just dropped to the floor. So, I've been watching Mike Maloney's Hidden Secrets of Money, and a lot of the stuff that was in the Hidden Secrets of Money, and he has like a podcast that happens, or a show that happens once a week every Thursday, and they're all talking about, hey, this vaccine, like they're talking about travel restrictions and everything. So what is really happening? This is like kind of scary now. My jaw dropped to the floor. Now, I'm not sure how to insert President Trump's vaccine and, oh my God, Operation Warp Speed. And I'm jumping all over the place because that's just what happens on a bus. But it's like, oh my God, you guys, I don't even know. This is just kind of like my reaction. Initially, I just sat there at night like, so, okay, I don't know. I'll probably try to put the little clip inside of something else, but inside of the description. But this is blowing my mind. So he said, "Hey, it's been FDA approved." Everything was like bloop 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 bloop. Literally, Operation Warp Speed. So what does this mean for me or travel or other people? Well, while there was this virus going around, we've been taking this so seriously. We've been washing our hands and using ultimate precautions. We've been making sure that, we're maintaining certain distances and quarantining in our houses. And, this was interesting. Travel was still possible. Now, what I did notice, here in Mexico, now I left to go to San Cristobal in Chiapas, and they were just taking video of everybody on the bus, which felt like a total violation of privacy, right? It's one thing that they have things like smile, you're on camera. I don't know if this will be able to zoom in. Smile, you're on camera. So I guess there's that whole thing too, that people know that they're being watched. That's a different thing of surveillance. But somebody's just kind of coming in and taking video of every single person and "Como ni bocas?" You're just okay, tranqui. First of all, primera tranqui. You don't know why or what's going on. But this with the vaccine now, now if they said, okay, it's being FedExed and UPS to all these states, and we're going to find out who's the first ones to start getting the vaccine. This is a mess. This is a total catastrophe. Honestly, it's catastrophe. I just woke up. I'm it's a total catastrophe. I mean, that hasn't been really, okay, it's been FDA approved, but this virus hasn't even been around for a year. Maybe a little under a year. So how do you know what the long-term effects are? How do you know that what's gonna, you won't know immediately what happens or manifests in people's bodies or how it reacts, only maybe initially. And what is in it? I mean, there's just so much that I'm just kind of like my whole mind is straight up blown. It's just so fast. And I'm not fearing anything, but when all of this becomes mandatory, is obligatorio for everybody to have this vaccine, I'm not really sure what's going on with that. And right before I left Seattle, when I was living in the United States, I spent some ample time just wanting to get very, very close, looking for a really good church to get into, because for whatever reason, I was spending my own time with God online. And the person that I was renting from was very judgmental and says, you're a Christian and you're alone. It's not good for man to be alone. You don't have a home base. I'm no, why are you judging my relationship with God? So I felt that. Fast forward anyways, it was so important for me to feel like I really understanding like how to move forward and how to propel not just my business or myself, but just like how does epigenetics work. So I spent a lot of time in Christian Science, and they're very like have very interesting philosophies, and a lot of times they're not doing it like taking any sort of medications or vaccines, and they don't from my understanding, like I only spent a little bit of time. I actually have been reading the scriptures, Science and Health with Jesus Scriptures. I've been studying this for like a while, and I'll put that on my book list much later. But this was kind of like, so what's going to happen in a lot of these communities, and maybe even particularly like Amish communities? What's going to happen in communities where like, is this really what's happening with this? Now, again, like before I even say anything, it's important for me to just learn. I have to just listen. Whether I believe in this or not, there's glare everywhere. I don't know what to say. But whether I believe in this or not, it's just still important for me to just keep learning. I don't have to necessarily like it or anything like that. I'm just trying to see where is a good spot. I don't have to necessarily like it or anything like that, but it's still important for me to like listen to different opinions. So in this opinion, it's kind of like, okay, like some people are saying they're injecting this in your arm. Eventually it's going to be the mark of the beast. It's 666. They're going to like try to eradicate all like religions and any sort of doctrines. You are now going to be what they call android, which is really interesting because my friend Julio, he was telling me that android means half human, half machine. So what does this mean for society and humanity? I'm just kind of like, if COVID really meant certificate of vaccination ID 2019, good job guys, you accomplished your goal. The vaccine, the CV. I feel like everybody's calling it either the Rona, the CV, the B, like it's all now explicitives or something. I'm not sure how much, what that is going to mean for a majority of us. It's just kind of, I'm just shocked. Like, I'm just shocked. That's not enough time. And I'm not parroting. I just have honestly felt this way as well. And, who were the first people to get it? Who were the test people to get it? Now, when I look back at history, and I look back when I was living in the United States, or you didn't have to live there. I wasn't alive during a lot of these times, but even from the Tuskegee trials and like sicknesses, they were injecting a lot of like using certain races of people who look like me, to inject like as test trials, as mental health patients, as like people to see is this clinical or not, and doing all kinds of like absurd and like really nasty things. So for this, I'm just, I don't know, guys. What is your reaction to this? I just feel that I might just be sitting for a while then, because one, where a lot of people are just saying, I'm a natural black man. I was born. Let me just read this comment. I'm going to read a few comments that I received. So this is what a friend said. F no, I'm not taking that S. Original black man. I was born cured. Another friend said, I was just kind of concerned. Like, I'm not sure what's going on. But another friend who was pro-Trump and still is pro-Trump said yes, but Biden want everyone to mask up, shut down business. They have the vaccine after Biden run. Raise a lot of suspicions on that. No one takes Biden seriously for real. So, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of different reactions. Like maybe they should be first in line. What do you guys think? How do you feel about, somebody being first in line? And how do you feel about vaccines? I mean, they're talking about, some this, well, not the Playboy Bunny part, but just the river is beautiful. So they're talking about, a lot of, I'll turn around. So if what happens when you refuse, you can't travel, maybe there's going to be some small things, and then later and later and later, if you don't get it, then they're going to cause more problems for you. Like they have for years ago, I don't know, like I don't want to say but several years ago, there was a lot of controversy around this, and people were even saying, oh my God, there's bunkers underneath Walmart, and this is what they're planning to do with bodies. I don't know how many of you saw the Canadian report, but this was how they were trying to get people to, we're going to eliminate a lot of your debt. We're going to get rid of everything. You won't own anything, but we're going to keep paying you. And as long as you agree to all the vaccine schedule in 2019 and 2020, we're going to take care of everything. So it looks like now it's going to be this universal income. People are not sure where to put their money, and the stocks market's blowing up, and they're declaring all of this. Now something happened. I think there's Mike Maloney had this documentary, and it says WTF happened in 1971. You might want to look that up. It might be 1921, but this definitely looks like a model of what was happening in during the First World War with Germany. Definitely look into that. I mean, if you can. So when we look back in the past, we can really understand what's happening in the future. Yeah, there's a lot of cross wires going on, and there is a total reset. What is the global reset, and how is this really attributing to this? Are we really about to have a really cold, awful winter? Are there gonna be times where hey, things are gonna be scarce and food is gonna be hard to get, and oh my gosh, take care of yourselves? And is it really about to be like this, or we don't know? But all we can do is just say, hey, this is what's happened, and the change and the push that they're claiming happened from China. This disease that they're claiming happened from China was the perfect setup to say, oh my God, and then the economy, and oh my God, look, let's just help you, and oh my God, I mean, it's just a lot of other things that was, oh my God, and your jobs, and oh my gosh. So it's seems like the perfect time and the perfect place to be able to reset. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have been going to ATMs, but every time I go to an ATM, they're telling you, wear a mask, wear a mask. Now, why do you need me to wear a mask if I just need to okay, nice for precaution, right? You're using it for precaution. But sometimes it's are you sure you're doing that, or your machine is just trying to read my face without this? Now, it's really hard to speak on camera when you can't understand what I'm saying, and there's something obstructing my face. So I don't know what's in this vaccine, but I want you guys to really take care. I want you to think for yourselves. I want you to do some research. Again, whatever you're for, or you're pro or anti, that's your issue. I just want you guys to start taking, not taking everything at face value. It's time to do, dig a little deeper, do some research, start checking out a bunch of layers. They said, people will start revolting in Canada. Now, you should check for this leak report, because I think sometime around April it leaked, and then people were okay. I remember an eyebrow. What's that emoji where you're I remember my eyebrow being okay, that's a little weird, but for reals, I don't even know what to say. They said that if you start revolting, then they're going to start quarantining people. Now, wasn't that what they were doing in the United States? Separating children from their families, saying, okay, well, you were exposed. And so what are they doing? At the very beginning, the feds shared, hey, we have lists of everybody who's been tested. And thank God, every single one of my results have come back negative. But they say, hey, we have a list of everyone who's been tested, everyone who's not been tested, those who have been in contact with other people with this virus. So what happens when they get your information? They already have it, but now this is extreme surveillance. This is the vehicle in which they're going to have extreme surveillance. And what if you do something you revolt and you say, hey, I don't want it, are they gonna like throw you into some gas chambers? There's a really interesting book I actually stumbled upon. It's called Unintended Consequences. I want you guys to do what you can. Maybe just start YouTubing some of these books, these videos. Maybe it'll, so it's quite an in-depth book. I have been listening to it on YouTube because, I mean, I clearly, like, you know, what happens to those of us who God has said, like, I need you to go here, I need you to go there, I need you to go here. Nomadic souls, I'm talking to you guys. Check this out. This is like something that is so relevant and it really matters in all of our lives. Maybe we were able to like chill and, you know, dumb, whatever, but when they said this was going to be a dark winter, I didn't know until I got that message, and I was like, oh my God. Stay safe out there. I love you. I'm really looking forward to hearing back from you guys. I know sometimes you guys don't like to comment, but you're like blowing up my inbox on Facebook or Instagram, or like you're sending me text messages, and I love it. Keep it coming. I love you guys. I want you to take care. I want you to research. And, you know, for all of these people in the community, like, what are you feeling about that? Okay. Take care. Bye.